There was something strange about the market yesterday, and prices went down a little. People became scared. Trump could be at the center of it all. But experts say that's not true. Shiba Inu could be about to do something big that will make people rich. What's so crazy? The date has been made public. What's going on? What does it all mean? What in the world am I on about? Okay, let me explain. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Yesterday, it's strange that the price went down a little after the recent rise, especially since the burn method update. It's like the marketplace got excited for a moment and then slowed down again. Right now, people are scared. Some people are even angry. What's going on here? The price should be going up, right? Is there something we need to add? This took everyone off guard for a moment and led to a lot of guessing. Some people believe it's just a short-term setback, while others are worried that there may be a bigger reason for it. There are times when the market is hard to predict and people are feeling very charged. We should take a look back and see the bigger picture though, because this isn't just about Shiba Inu. Bitcoin does the same thing, it turns out. It went up to 123,000 and then dropped all of a sudden to 119,000. That's a pretty big drop. Since Bitcoin sets the tone for the whole crypto marketplace, it makes sense that other coins like Shiba Inu are responding in the same way. We're not just having trouble with Shiba Inu. This is part of a bigger trend. What was the reason? At least it seems like Donald Trump and his new tax plan have a lot to do with it. The markets were just getting used to the news when the White House announced that new taxes would go into effect on goods coming from Canada, Mexico, and China. It was like a shock when I heard that news. The U.S. stock market measures went from being in the green to the red on Friday afternoon in New York trade. The Trump government is putting a 25% tax on goods from Canada and Mexico and a 10% tariff on goods from China. Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary for the White House, said that this is a direct answer to these countries letting illegal goods into the U.S., and in an instant, fear spread through the markets. Shiba Inu got caught in the storm, just like everything else. That's not all. It appears like the Fed's plan to hold Bitcoin funds is being put to the test. Now there's an actual possibility it will be pushed back. The head of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, Austin Goolsbee, made it clear that the Fed is technically limited in what it can put on its balance sheet. That's an enormous deal because Chair Jerome Powell already said that they can't hold Bitcoin because of the Federal Reserve Act. They're not in a hurry to alter that law either. There have been many times when Powell has changed his mind about Bitcoin. In 2021, he said it wasn't a good way to store value because it changed too much. But he called it a digital gold just last month, which is what people who support Bitcoin have been stating for years. At the same time, states like Ohio, Florida, and Texas are trying to make their own Bitcoin stocks. But it's too soon to say how well they'll do. Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming is still not giving up on her idea that the U.S. Treasury should buy Bitcoin. As the head of a new Sen panel on digital assets, she is making it her top concern. What does this all mean for Shiba Inu? Alternative tokens like Shiba Inu will have a harder time if Bitcoin has trouble getting backing from big businesses. Prices get shaky when big buyers pause and average traders freak out. Something isn't clear right now, and the market will keep riding this period of uncertainty and guesswork until it does. Keep going though, there is light at the conclusion of the tunnel. Analysts dropped a surprise of hope just when matters looked like they might not go as planned. They say that what's going on now doesn't really matter because Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million soon. Yes, you did hear that right. It's all in a new study from Dr. Murray Rudd and Dennis Porter from the Shytoshi Action Fund. Based on what they've learned, Bitcoin could reach more than $1 million by January 2027. If things truly take off, it could reach even higher levels by 2030. It's pretty interesting how they describe it. They use something termed a constant elasticity of substitution CES demand function to look at Bitcoin's set supply and its rising demand. This is just a fancy way of saying that they figured out how demand might change based on changes in price and outside factors. It led to different situations when they used this model on Bitcoin's supply curve. Even if people are more cautious and demand stays the same as it was in December 2024, Bitcoin is still anticipated to reach $1 million by the fall of 2028. Matters move even faster in the positive case, though. The goal is now set for January 2027. Since businesses are adopting Bitcoin at a very fast rate and US states may create Bitcoin funds. This isn't just a guess either. The Shytoshi Action Fund has been working hard to get Bitcoin funds added to several US states. It works though. At least 11 states are already thinking about it, and more are likely to follow. The price of Bitcoin will go through the roof if states and other institutions really start hoarding it. The fun part is now, think about what that could imply for Shiba Inu if Bitcoin really does reach those numbers. The crypto market will reach heights we've never seen before if Bitcoin hits $1 million. Shiba Inu might be going to have the best treat ever. And when that occurs, a lot of individuals might wish they hadn't sold so quickly. When we talk about shocks, there's an interesting breakdown going around the internet that has shocked a lot of Shiba Inu owners. How much does Shiba Inu require to go up for a $1,000 investment to become $1 million? Analysts say that the Shiba Inu remains one of the best bets for huge price increases this cycle. Some people think it could make more riches like it did before. Let's be honest now, though, the price action hasn't been very exciting. It fell a while ago, but it's gone back up by about 10% since then. It hasn't fully moved into the next cost band yet, though, and buyers are waiting for the next big move. Let's examine this down. Right now, if you put $1,000 into Shiba Inu, you'd have more than 52 million tokens. That would need to be changed to 100K by taking away 2 zeros from the price. It needs to go up 50,000% from now on to reach 500,000. Shiba Inu would have to go through the roof, almost 100,000 times its current value, in order to reach that famous $1 million mark. The main question is whether it's possible. Now, here's the deal. In the past, Shiba Inu has pulled off crazy runs. In 2020 and 2021, it went from being almost nothing to being one of the best names in crypto. But things have changed since then. Shiba Inu has grown into a $11 billion project, which means it costs a lot more to make a difference. Its market value would have to be as big as some of the world's biggest companies if it ever reached those crazy price goals. Still, some people think it's possible. Shytoshi Kusama, who is in charge of developing Shiba Inu, has also reached $1 million. Other experts see Shiba Inu as having a $1 trillion future, but they think it might not happen until 2040. If it does, it will be one of the most significant achievements in the history of crypto. Right now, everyone is looking at the market. It's possible that Shiba Inu will keep changing along with Bitcoin if Bitcoin leads the way. Everyone could be shocked by the next bull run. As we were talking about how timed everything was, more exciting news just came out. The government of Donald Trump just recently bought back a huge amount of Ethereum worth $9 million. Now, why is this so big for Shiba Inu? You already know that Shiba Inu operates on the Ethereum blockchain if you've been following along. With that in mind, Shiba Inu will almost certainly ride along with any rise in Ethereum's worth or popularity. Since so many people have bought Ethereum, it seems like big things are going to happen for Ethereum soon. The move by the Trump government shows trust. When Ethereum's cost and usefulness start to rise, Shiba Inu could also make a lot of money. As it turns out, when Ethereum does well, so do all the projects that are built on peak of it, such as Shiba Inu. It makes sense that the cost might be having a hard time right now when you look at the larger context. That being said, things still look good for Shiba Inu. The project is very useful, has a group of dedicated workers, and has a strong community that is always asking for more. With everything that's been going on in this area, new chances are definitely coming up, and Shiba Inu is ready to rise again. There are always chances in crypto, but you have to know where to look. This is what Lucy, a well-known Shiba Inu person, said in a recent tweet. She said that taking care of Shiba Inu made her the most funds she had ever made. It was easy going sometimes, but there were no questions asked. She tried to take on other projects in 2022 but lost a lot of money and got rough. Still, it was a hard lesson that taught her how to spot real chances. Lucy learned that not every initiative will make her money, but every project does teach her something. She realized that Shiba Inu was her safest bet after all the ups and downs. When she says she believes Shiba Inu and the crew behind it, so many people in the community do too. That's where we are now. The price is not going up right now, but the Shiba Inu community is still powerful, and new possibilities will appear. Inu will hit new heights when the time is right. It has a community that's in it for the long haul and a development team that's always working behind the scenes. But what do you think about this? Leave a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.